Alex Jones. God, this Alex Jones, man. A lot of people love Alex Jones. But this guy's another guy that's full of shit.
And he's Ventura's asshole buddy, so, you know.
All right, well, take a different angle.
Yeah?
Yes.
Take about Alex Jones?
What happened to Alex Jones?
Oh, we said stuff about Jesse Ventura. Whole story.
Well,
what happened?
Alex Jones knows the truth about Chris Kyle's Jesse Ventura story.
Ah, the truth.
That Chris Kyle told us initially, and then Bill O'Reilly fucking ripped us off. Literally stole it. Stole it. I know. I hate that rip it off thing.
They fabricated this story.
So Alex Jones, this was his angle. His angle is it's all bullshit. We were in cahoots with Chris Kyle, even though we just met him, and I've
never been to cahoots, by the way.
Yes, I've flown over Cahoots.
Have you?
Yes.
Yeah, I had a stopover in Cahoots.
Yeah, it's next to concert.
L.A. Cahoots. Anyway,
is that him?
Wow. Yeah, that's Alex Jones.
That's Alex Jones?
You never seen him? You never seen Alex Jones?
No, why would I look at him? I don't watch his
He looks like Bill Hicks.
Yes, he does.
Right there.
He looks chubby like Bill Hicks.
Chubby Bill Hicks.
If Bill Hicks didn't have the
Bill Hicks didn't die, he would have looked like that.
Yeah, probably. Alex basically saying bullshit story made up. We're in cahoots with Chris Kyle, and it was actually scripted. We handed out scripts.
Yeah,
people love this guy, and people love Alex Jones.
I'm just reading down here. Have you heard about cahoots? Everybody's just pulling an E-Rock.
Well, that's what started the whole. Did you see the news?
Yeah.
We were all tweeting that for a while.
We were nice to Alex Jones. The first time he called in.
Right.
Here's why I didn't like him, though, because he said that he had gotten some kind of an offer from somebody and to be involved with them, and he said no. And I said to him, who? And he goes, well, I can't reveal that.
Right.
And I'm like, well, your whole thing is revealing stuff. Why won't you reveal this if these are people? Well,
Yeah, he never had
this guy.
Any person
came off to me as very phony because really your whole thing is to expose this world government, and you got an offer from somebody to do some kind of a radio thing that you turned down for money, and you won't say who off. You won't be specific.
Yeah.
You phony mother. That was my interpretation of it.
Yep.
Well, I was telling Ann, when you when your show is based on something like exposing and conspiracies, that your whole show has to be about that.
You paint yourself into a corner.
So you start wrapping a lot of stuff with bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to have a lot of bullshit to fill up your fucking radio show.
Yep.
And we are victims of that yesterday on Alex Jones. Listen to this.
I started getting calls on the radio today. And at the end of the show, I was able to watch it. Fox News, Dallas newspapers, Minnesota newspapers, you name it, ran with a story today that this new Navy SEAL super sniper who was at the turkey shoots in Iraq brags about shooting women with rifles. I mean, it's actually in Texas.
We're going to stop
now
this
he's
a lot.
Now he's got to bash him and try to undermine what Chris Kyle did.
I didn't feel that Chris Kyle was bragging about anything. He was downplaying everything on our interview.
Yeah, he
wasn't bragging.
He was talking about the first one he shot was a woman, and how it was hard, and how he confirmed that she had a grenade.
Right.
And I asked him about it, and he talked about it. What a scumbag this guy is.
I hate when people
I'm going to say it for the
twist
record.
shit.
Alex Jones is a scumbag.
Yeah, because
on the record now.
He wasn't bragging about shooting women. It was really tough for him to tell a story because he's like, holy shit, I'm going to have to fucking shoot a woman. And then later in the interview, I don't know if he brings it up, he actually admits that he passed on shooting a kid.
Yeah. You just don't lead him so much.
You're going to knock a guy that went over there and he saved soldiers from being blown up by a fucking Chinese grenade, you dumb motherfucker.
And he calls it the turkey shoot, totally downplaying what he did, making it sound like anyone could have gone there and just, you fire a round off and you're hitting somebody.
Yeah.
What a twat.
And he's an asshole.
And it was unbelievable when he was telling this, the kid's story. Knowing the kid was bringing back weapons that were going to be used against American soldiers, but his conscience basically told him that day, I can't do this. I can't shoot a kid.
I said, were there times you missed or whatever? He's like, oh, absolutely. Were there times you didn't take the shot? Yeah. He wasn't bragging.
He said, I'm not the best sniper out there by far. Right?
I just had a lot of, there was a lot of situations where they needed me. I thought he was very humble.
Yeah, exactly. I thought so too.
Considering what he's done. And the first thing he said was, the world's most proficient, the most proficient sniper. He goes, that was the book people wrote that.
Yeah.
And they probably did.
Yeah.
And he goes, I want it to be about this and what we went through over there.
Yep.
Fuck Alex Jones, man. It's like what I'm watching right now, because we were in the room, is just horse shit. And you guys that like him, but the guys that worship him and take what he says as gospel, you're dummies.
Yep.
Navy SEAL super sniper who was at the turkey shoots in Iraq and brags about shooting women with rifles.
Didn't happen.
Actually in Texas Monthly. This guy is in there and he wears weird skull hats and black uniforms. Just kind of an adult, warmonger type guy.
Gonna stop again. I didn't see where his dress was weird at all.
This is him prefacing and trying to undermine the credibility of the guy that said he punched Jesse Ventura, so that when he now goes into the second part of this, he's already discredited the source.
He's a warmonger.
This is how he operates. Exactly.
He's a guy who's over there shooting. Will you just talk like yourself?
What an asshole.
God, I fucking hate that affected radio voice.
Dick.
What?
Well, this is going to drive you nuts then, because we're just getting started. I didn't think Chris Kyle was dressed like a warmonger.
No, he had like a Punisher hat on.
He's a fucking Navy SEAL. He's an alpha male. That's what they do. It's the same group that killed Bin Laden or assassinated.
He was dressed like he could be, I don't know, like a UFC fighter, like when they dress conservatively.
Yeah.
That type of thing. I didn't think anything was outrageous about what he was wearing. Look.
And he has a security company, and he was wearing some of the stuff from his company.
Right.
So we're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you dummy?
Who is the one that offered you money, Alex? Who is the big radio guy that offered you money, you shit talker?
Yeah.
Who was the one that you wouldn't say that? I don't like to say. Well, who was I? Ugh.
And Bill O'Reilly's a cunt. Let's
Right.
make sure we get that out on Twitter today. Fucking piece of shit. I fucking hate O'Reilly.
He doesn't annoy me like this, though.
I fucking hate O'Reilly.
O'Reilly is just a guy who doesn't like anybody else to get credit but him and his giant cock.
No spin zone.
Well, that should bother you.
Nah, I don't give a fuck.
We had a massive exclusive, and all it takes is just a slight little. Earlier on Opie and Anthony, I'm not looking for stop the program and make sure you show our faces.
He
and our
spun it
logos
to be
and
his
stuff.
story.
Exactly.
No spin zone.
The no spin zone.
He spun it to be his fucking story. Cack.
This guy annoys me a lot more.
Yeah.
That's fine, man.
This guy really annoys me.
Warmonger type guy.
Ugh.
I mean, war's fine if you're defending your family, but bragging about killing Iraqis that are undernourished and don't even know how to point a gun. I mean, it's well known from vets I've talked to that it's known as the turkey shoot over there. But
What vets that you've talked to?
Thank you.
Again.
Thank you. Enough of that vague shit. What vets? Name them. When did you talk to
Iraq?
And even if they did call it a turkey shoot, what do you mean? They don't know how to point a gun? The Iraqis don't know how to point a gun?
Yeah, exactly.
They were the fourth biggest army in the world at one point, you dumb twat.
And talk about, the 4,000 plus soldiers that were killed over there.
Yeah, I guess they knew what they were doing, right,
Yeah,
Alex?
yeah.
They got something done. Hey, by the way, that vague shit, we didn't bring it up, but maybe it's worth bringing up now. You saw the Rick Perry clip where he called out that reporter? Because the reporter was like, people from your camp are saying, and Rick Perry just looked down like, what people?
Yeah, who?
Give me names. And the guy's like,
And Norton.
And he's like, if you don't give me names, then I'm not even going to acknowledge you just asked me that question.
Good for him.
And I was like, good for fucking
And
Rick
what did
Perry.
the twat reporter do? Nothing.
Do we have that as a little tangent? Yeah, Sam will look for it as we continue with the Alex Jones clip.
it's known as the turkey shoot over there. But that's a side issue. I see this video of him on the Opie and Anthony show, a place where I've been a guest. It's a large show on XM, and who's been after Ventura for a while since they got in some arguments on air.
You didn't, whatever.
I'm watching him, and I'm watching his body language. And he's looking down, and he's giggling, and he's laughing. And they go, we have a caller that says he once knocked out Ventura, and you can tell it's all staged.
Really?
I've shown it to you, says it's staged.
Hey, Alex, I'm the guy. It just so happened in this instance, I was the guy. I looked over. This is exactly what happened, so no one's confused. I looked over, and I didn't even take the phone call. I saw on the screen, please fucking bring up, the time he punched Jesse Ventura. And I'm thinking to myself at the time that it was a story that he's probably told a million times. So I'm like, all right, what the hell? He hasn't told it on our show yet.
Yeah.
So I asked him. And then he looked down like, holy fuck, how do you know about that?
Yep.
That's exactly how it played out.
And here's a point, too, you fucking dumb hillbilly. If it was something the guy was trying to exploit, it would have been in the book.
Yeah.
And it would have been something that he, like what Sam said that was like in the press release.
Yeah, a talking point for people that are interviewing him.
You wouldn't just script it and say it on a radio show, you dummy.
Exactly.
Don't fucking lump this into a conspiracy, you paranoid twat.
Yeah, exactly.
You Kenny.
Fucking asshole.
Don't call me a fucking liar. I just told you exactly how it happened.
Exactly.
That's exactly how it happened. Exactly. Okay?
You have the Rick Perry clip?
And then he's calling you a liar. He's saying that you were in on something. All of us were.
And I think Chris Kyle looked down, and that's when, as broadcasters, we all went, oh, fuck, we got something. It's like fishing. We do it every interview. You fish around, and you hope you get something that the guy's going to say on your show that he's not going to, he didn't say yet.
And he didn't say
as soon as he looked down, I'm like, oh, my God, this is a real story.
Yeah, this happened.
And I don't think he's ever told it.
And he didn't say he knocked him out. He said he knocked him down. He didn't say, he didn't knock him out, just knocked him down. And he said he tried to talk to him first. Look, you're upsetting the family.
Right.
Every other person that has responded to this says what a scumbag Ventura is. Hey, sorry, Alex, that your friend appears to be a scumbag.
Right.
Sorry.
Yep. And here's the Rick Perry clip. I know it's a tangent, but there's a lot going on today. This vagary shit, which Alex Jones used already in this dumb clip.
Which E-Rock used this morning.
Right. How he's talked to vets and stuff, but no names when he talked to them. And anyone could say that.
Do you hear about Travis?
Yeah, he was a big scripted thing because everybody can keep a secret, including me. I kind of sound like Dr. Steve.
Yeah, there's a little Dr. Steve in there.
I'm really paranoid about conspiracy, but then when they came to me with information, I won't give you the name.
Of course you won't.
Wow, you're really fighting the good fight there, aren't you, Alex?
Yeah, going out on a
really
limb.
Fighting the good fight, keeping the secret of somebody who apparently is in on the big conspiracy. Wow, aren't you kind of a party to that conspiracy then?
We had an open mind with Alex Jones, and it all fell apart right in front of our eyes. We all started looking at each other like, oh my God.
I thought he was full of shit.
This guy's just full of shit.
But I know a lot of our fans like him, and I did not attack him. The first time he called it, we didn't argue with him. We just had little disagreements.
You know what? There's probably a pretty good percentage of knowledge he puts out there that is probably based on something, but then he fills it up with a lot of other shit.
Yeah, well, I think he's.
And I think that's his problem. That's going to be his downfall eventually.
Warmonger. It's got to be hard when you obsessively have to talk about conspiracies. Like
everything at that point, everything has to be a conspiracy. Everything.
I would love to know, maybe one of his fans can call in and say that. What is a conspiracy that he has debunked? What conspiracy has been somewhat popular?
You're right.
Has Alex Jones said, no, that's not a conspiracy, that's actually the way the government said it?
Right.
Or that's actually the way this person or that person said it?
Nothing.
Has there ever been a case where it wasn't a government conspiracy?
Right. You're right. He's a fraud.
I just can't stand him.
By the way, now you know what? It's worth going to. Don is a little pissed off at the Alex Jones comment.
Is that Don on the phone?
Don, go ahead, buddy.
Those pictures I was supposed to see.
Hey, Ant, I'm telling you, this guy just wants me. I feel like I want to spit in his face. I was over there in Iraq.
He was over there in Iraq.
Yes.
I sat there and I served with the 504th MI Brigade out of Fort Hood. Because of one of them fuckers, that my Iraqi soldiers that can't point a fucking gun, I almost lost my goddamn leg.
Oh,
this
see?
This bullshit. It just pisses me the fuck off every time I hear him.
Yeah. What vet wouldn't be infuriated by what this idiot is saying because you guys were in the line of fire and this motherfucker is downplaying it?
That's what annoys me. Not that he's against the war, because that's certainly a fair opinion.
Whatever.
But the fact that he's implying that Chris Kyle just sat there in a turkey shoot and shot innocent people. It's like, you scumbag.
That's all it was fucking
scumbag.
Yeah. Was just a turkey shoot of people that can't point guns, women and children.
Yeah, who's the radio person that approached you, Alex? We have that audio. I would love to hear that again. Who is the radio person that approached you? Mister, I get to the bottom of things. What, you like to expose everybody else's shit, but when it's a piece of information you have, you'd rather keep your word and allow them to keep operating? No, fuck yourself.
And Jimmy recently saw a lot of injured soldiers. So
you went to that was in the Pentagon. They do that Wounded Warriors thing. Wow, it's amazing how much they must have just shot each other. I guess because none of the Iraqis had.
Yeah, you saw a lot of guys that are missing legs and missing arms. And at the turkey shoot.
Yeah.
God, Alex, what the fuck? Man?
Yes, sir. Oh, I think you wanted to say something else.
You still here, bro?
No.
No, but
sorry, man.
We got Alex Jones, though. Alex?
Alex Jones here.
What's up, Alex?
I like when... Hold on 2 seconds.
What?
I love when somebody wants to portray somebody. You said we got Alex Jones on the phone. You plug the phone line down, and whoever's doing the impression has to go, Alex Jones here. Who does that? No one says their name first.
Alex
Okay,
Jones says his name every time.
All right. Sorry, Alex Jones.
All right, thanks, Alex Jones.
Yes.
What are you going to say? Is he gone already? All right.
Going with the vague thing. So this Rick Perry clip, fucking bravo to Rick Perry. Watch this clip and certainly hear it out there in Radio Land. Go ahead, Sam.
Governor, some of your staffers have told us that you ran this as a gubernatorial campaign for too long, that you didn't look big enough, get big enough fast enough. Do you take some responsibility for that?
I don't know who you're talking to, so I can't respond unless you give me a name.
These are members of your staff.
You got a name?
Who say...
You got a name?
You won't listen to...
You got a name? If you don't have a name to tell me this individual said this, then I don't take that as a corroborated source.
So you think that your campaign is run perfectly? There's nothing you would change about your campaign?
I didn't say that at all, but you are starting to point fingers at somebody on my staff, and you can't give me a name.
Well, no, they're pointing fingers at each other.
Well, here's what I'm telling you. You want to say that story, you give me a name.
That's great.
And you can't do that. So that's on you.
Why isn't your staff getting along? Why would some members of your staff tell us?
I'm telling you, every time I'm around my staff, they're getting along fine. Our operation's working smoothly. They get me where I need to be on time. We got great organization. We got great crowds. Our ground game in Iowa is good. And, I do take a little offense when you run a story and you can't tell me who is saying something that you're using as a negative story. So, don't come to me and say, respond to this, and you're either not willing or you don't have a name.
There you
Good
go.
for you.
There you go.
Great.
Bravo to Rick Perry.
Crucify that little worm.
Bravo. The guy had no name. The guy made that whole fucking thing up to try to make a point. To try to get something going.
But or if he did hear it, let's just say he did hear it, he could have said, look, I'm not allowed to give you that, you know that. But the reason I don't think that he had a name is because of the way he was just,
Yeah, he never said, look, I can't, the press doesn't have to reveal a source or something like that. Like
what a fucking worm.
His body language said, holy fuck, you got me on this one.
So you think you run a perfect campaign?
Yeah.
Answer the question, you little bitch.
Yeah.
Shithead.
Yeah. More Alex Jones.
He says, Jesse Ventura was at a Navy SEAL bar, and we know the one in San Diego. I talked to his son, Tyrell, and that's coming up in a moment. Because, again, Jesse's out of pocket. We can't get from Jesse what really happened here because he just crossed into Mexico in his RV this morning, but that's coming up in a moment.
No phone.
So he can't even speak for himself right now because only his wife has a cell phone that doesn't work good in Mexico. And Ty's been trying to call him, his son, Tyrell Ventura. And he says none of the story makes sense. He's not his father. It's not the guy I know. And we're going to, again, get into that in a moment. But
I'm going to stop again. That's more than fair. What he said there. It's not the guy I know. That's fine.
And that's a quote from his son.
So far.
That's a quote from his son.
Right.
That's fine.
Sure.
And that's the angle you should have taken. Let's try to get at Jesse on the phone and see what the fuck's going on here.
Right.
But what you'll see the conspiracy come into play where he's going to say, we scripted it and set this up with Chris Kyle. That's what's driving us nuts today.
I didn't hear him say that, but if he says that, I'm going to say he's a douchebag in advance.
supposedly Ventura, 6 years ago in 2006, is at a wake at a Navy SEAL bar. And they come over and say, please stop talking bad about the war, some of the families here. And Ventura says some of the SEALs deserve to die. Now, Tyrell says that is not his father and is pure bull. I've been in airports with Ventura where he thanks veterans for their service and says, I hope you're safe.
Thank you for your service.
I agree with it. I appreciate your sacrifice. He talks positively about Pat Tillman. He speaks at funerals and things. He would never. I mean, he talks about how horrible it is that service people are dying in these wars. He would never say they deserve to die.
All right. That's good stuff.
Okay, that's how Alex sees it. That's fair.
Sure.
But he already said that, it was all made up, the first clip.
Yeah.
That we were in on it. It continues here.
So Tyrell, in his words, says it's complete BS. And he said the guy's story where, he talks about sucker punching his dad and then running away. And when the guy's talking about it, he's looking down and acting like it's all scripted. But I wasn't sure about this. So for
acting like it was all scripted, looking like down.
And by the way, when he said he ran away, maybe Alex will mention this, but he didn't say he ran away. He said that because the cops were, I guess, around, or he just didn't want to get arrested.
Yeah.
I don't.
That was what he said.
And nobody admits that they ran away.
Thank you.
Tough.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Chris Kyle,
He didn't say I pumped him.
He could have easily kept that part of the story out.
Yeah. He said they volunteered.
But he did say I ran away.
Yeah.
And, being a man, you never want to admit that you ran away from a confrontation. Yeah. But he did. He said, look, in the end, I ran away. I didn't want to get arrested. So.
And acting like it's all scripted. But I wasn't sure about this. So for about 4 or 5 hours, I studied it this afternoon. And it turns out that this Navy SEAL we're going to show you in a moment is hooked in with Richard Pearl and Dick Cheney and some high-powered neocon and Israeli lobby groups.
Jews? The Jews? What? What is he saying? Get more conspiracy shit.
But this is why it
goes deep.
What he does is so irritating because literally you could any connection he had to anybody.
Yeah.
He would say, and we did a little investigating, and apparently he's been in Georgia building houses with Jimmy Carter. We're gonna get back to you. We know more about that, which will be never.
And you got to use neo a lot.
Yeah, you have to.
If you talk conspiracy, you got to use neo.
Because neocon is kind of a slam.
Neo-Nazi.
Neo-Nazi.
Right.
Neo the one.
That even The Nation magazine and others have written about, and it's super creepy. And owns a defense contractor company with security, like Blackwater, training, sniper training, and weapons systems. And he's got a big book out, and in all the neocon publications, New York Post, Rupert Murdoch, Fox News, they have this rollout about him. And I remember seeing him last month in Texas Monthly, because I've been profiled in there, and we take the magazine, and it's him wearing a skull outfit and a skull hat. I mean, real men, real Navy SEALs and people I know, Green Berets, family members I've got, I mean, they're real quiet about combat. So it's a guy in a skull hat.
Can you pause that for 1 second?
The skull hat, by the way, just so you know, I guess that was his unit, the symbol of his unit. So he's proud of that.
So he's wearing the symbol of his unit.
That's what a couple guys have
said. Why, as long as you're not giving away classified information, why do they have to be quiet about it? It's very funny how a guy who's a conspiracy guy like this, which implies that you hate secrecy, is now shit-talking him because he's not being secretive.
For not being secretive,
How
you're
about
right.
you take a consistent moral point of view, shithead?
Also, if it was scripted, you see Jim Norton in the video. If it was scripted, you would see Jim doing stupid shit with his hands.
My acting sucks.
That's true.
He would be doing stupid shit with his hands.
Do you know how annoying it is to see my fucking fish-like body in that video? I had nothing.
But we all know Jimmy, when he's acting, oh boy, those hands get a
You would have known,
willy-nilly.
I didn't know what to do with my hands, so I leaned in and grabbed a piece of paper.
Right.
He's also, he's not in the service anymore, and he has a company that I'm sure he wants to promote.
Of course.
And he wears clothing that promotes it. He doesn't want his company or what the company does to be secretive. You're trying to make money.
Yeah.
And he's got a security company that does train people. So what does Alex Jones have a problem with?
And he said, I joined the military, and I do what I'm told. I go where they tell me to go. Like, I take orders. Right. And he said, by the way, when he shot that first one, I had asked him what it was like. And he said that he got it confirmed. Yes, that's what she's carrying. He was checking through the scope, and the guy, he walked through that to make it look like he walked in and was just bragging about killing this woman.
Yeah.
He was asked a question by people who had never been in the service.
Yep.
I don't know what it's like to shoot somebody. I didn't want it to be portrayed as just, hey, he shot. And he told us.
Right.
I don't see that as bragging.
No.
He was just answering a question. And I thought he was humble. This dummy thinking that the shyness, he wasn't bragging. He wasn't being loud about it.
Yep.
No,
I thought he was being kind of quiet.
That's how he was being the whole time.
We got a lot of military guys, I mean a lot checking in, and they are writing in caps. It's his fucking unit symbol.
So to dumb Alex Jones, he's wearing his unit symbol, and he's talking about what happened in Iraq. But I guess Green Berets that and other guys are very secretive about it, which is good. They shouldn't talk about it. But I guess other conspiracies are bad. And they should talk about it. Right. Unless, of course, it's a radio guy that comes to you, and then it's okay for you not to say who it is because you were trusted. Got it. Good.
Here are the facts. I mean, he told the story. It might not even be true. I don't know. I have no fucking idea.
It might be an absolute lie. Exactly.
But I'll tell you this this morning. We didn't fucking script something with Chris Kyle.
No,
and the way it came out, the reason I tend to believe it is because it did come out from you looking to your left and asking about that. And I was going to ask him about Jesse Ventura, but I'm like, I assumed he might like Ventura because they were both SEALs. Literally, that's why I didn't ask him about it.
Sorry, I'm so distracted. Imus looks like Clapton from Derek and the Dominoes. He's got that poofy hair. He's wearing a little suit. Fucking Imus has a different look every day.
He looks like he came from the 1800s.
Yeah, he did.
But you know what I mean? Like he's in a saloon. After a business meeting.
I will never see anything but the man on the wing now when I look at Imus. Whoever tweeted that, was that you retweeted it?
Yeah, he looks like the creature that was on the wing in the Shatner
we got to do a split
Nightmare
screen.
at 20,000 feet.
Let's do a split screen, send that to Rob Bartlett.
Yeah.
So Imus could see that shit.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? Yeah.
There's a close-up of his face.
Yeah, the one in the window.
Yeah. Let's send that.
There's Imus.
Can you send that to me? I'm gonna give that to Bartlett.
That's great.
Bartlett is one of Imus's guys.
Yes.
And a friend of ours. All right, here we go.
I mean, they're real quiet about combat. So it's a guy in a skull hat bragging about all these people they've killed. There's, quote, most confirmed kills for U.S. soldier. There have been troops in Korea and places that killed 300 people in one day.
By the way, can you pause that real quick? He said, this guy Chris said, and that record will be broken. And he goes, and I hope it is. He goes, he didn't say I got the. He didn't come off like that at all.
No.
And was I hearing a different interview? He didn't come in like he was.
And I don't know what happened in Korea, but they're basically saying that this guy has the record. They're saying it.
Yeah. And his book publicists want to. You know, he was almost embarrassed by that being on the cover, and he goes, "Ah, that was the pup." They put that.
And I
there.
think they're talking about snipers, right?
Yeah.
I don't think there's snipers back in Korea doing 300 guys in a day.
And I
you know, he's talking about something completely different.
And I bet you that Alex Jones did what all the people who got mad at me with Jesse did. They only watched the 3-minute or 5-minute video. He didn't hear the whole interview. I'm assuming he did not. People were saying over 200. He goes, no, 155 is fine. He was downplaying the number.
Right.
He wrote a book about his experience, so he's telling what happened.
This it's Alex Jones is like he's serving his own purpose here by saying what he's saying.
Fine, we're calling him out on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's bullshit.
Yeah, I think it's bullshit. He's saying his own ideology is allowing to dictate. I don't think he watched the whole interview.
No.
Quote, most confirmed kills for U.S. soldier. There have been troops in Korea and places that killed 300 people in one day. They just didn't sit there and write little letters of
an airstrike.
Yeah, but we're
one
talking
guy
about
with an airstrike killed
all the gay
people.
guy has got the record, stupid.
Yeah.
That bombardier has the fucking record.
Fucking Colonel Tibbets has a great record dropping the A-bomb on fucking Hiroshima.
This is about snipers.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have the basic info right.
No. Why would he?
And then finally this clip. I think we're almost done.
So this guy's bragging about everybody he's killed, and
nope,
I blew this woman away, my first kill, and I mean it's super creepy wearing skull hats and black uniforms, talking about Jesse Ventura right as his book comes out of how he knocked him out because Ventura was saying, "I'm glad the SEALs are dead; they deserve it."
He didn't say that.
No, he didn't.
And implying that Ventura was at the bar when for decades he hasn't drunk alcohol. I've actually been in restaurants, been in bars, people try to buy him drinks.
He didn't say he was drunk. He didn't say he was drunk.
No, we don't know why he was in that bar.
I believe
he said he was there because he was talking to a group of Navy
graduation
SEALs
or something,
like that.
and he was in the bar expressing his opinion. That's what Chris Kyle said. And maybe, and I'm purely guessing, maybe someone said something that Jesse didn't like, and they were going back and forth, and that's why he was. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
But he didn't say Jesse was drunk.
Yeah, we don't know the full details.
Yeah,
maybe Jesse went in there just to confront. You know.
Don't watch just this clip, Alex, and then think you can dictate what happened through the whole interview because you're wrong.
I've been drinking a beer and saying, "Want a beer?" And he goes, "Alex, you know I've got blood clots from wrestling. I haven't drunk in decades. Enjoy yourself."
So you're an asshole too, Alex Jones. You know a guy that has a drinking problem, and you're trying to give him a beer.
You know he has blood clots from wrestling.
Yeah.
You know he's in trouble, and he can't drink it. So
and you're still trying to give him a beer.
Good pal. What a conspiracy!
What kind of addict are you that you're forcing beer on a guy that that tells you know I can't drink?
Hey Jesse, you've told me you got blood clots. You want a beer ski?
Beer ski.
It's a big conspiracy by Anheuser-Busch. They're trying to kill Jesse.
Jesus.
Enjoy yourself. So Ventura, when I was out in Las Vegas shooting some episodes of his TV show, driving around after dinner with he and his wife and I was driving. He's like, Alex, I'm sick of the media. Maybe I'll just leave the U.S. forever. Let them have their tyranny. They keep calling in the media and people about me in Nevada and California, dancing on tables and people knocking me out. I don't drink. I've never... And the point is, he's trying to figure all this out. And he called me 2 weeks ago on air and is like, they're running psyops against me. Here's this fake story. And I go, I know. I talked to you yesterday in Minnesota. They say you're in California road raging.
Psyops, Neo.
Psyops.
They're running Cyclops against me. The one-eyed guy.
Shut up.
Psyops.
And I asked for one conspiracy that Alex has debunked or vehemently disagree with. And there may be one. I don't listen to him.
And all you have to do is, like, just do a little research and maybe plunk down some phones, and you just get info all the time, Alex. Billy in Dallas has a little more to add. Go ahead, Billy.
Billy Baru. Yeah.
Hey, this guy, he was on Fox 4 last night, and he was talking about that logo. It's the Punisher logo from the movie that they adopted because it was cool. And then he said the red crosshair over the left eye symbolizes the buddy that he lost that got shot in the eye.
Oh.
There you go. See? So part of the logo is to, remember one of his buddies that got shot in the eye.
It's the Punisher.
Yeah.
That's like the shirt that the Punisher wore, that logo.
Yep.
Right.
That his son gave him in the movie. I saw that.
And that's what the unit adopted as their symbol?
Yeah.
Well, not the cross part. He added that for his buddy.
He thought it was cool, and then then they added the crosshair.
Okay, that was something he put.
Yeah. All right, there you go.
This guy's wearing skulls.
Yeah, he keeps. It's just he keeps harping on things that undermine. It's a perfect example of somebody that just twists things around.
Right.
He's trying to discredit the source.
Instead of just saying that doesn't sound like the Jesse Ventura I know.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd say that about other SEALs. What's that?
Punching out. I got to get.
Okay,
All
thanks,
right.
man.
All right, already.
If he would have said that doesn't sound like the Jesse I know, that to me is fair.
Yeah. All that's fair.
But to have to make it look like this guy is a baby killer who loves shooting kids and giggles about it on the radio,
Right.
automatically sets it up to look
Lying
like
about his record, a record that was given to him.
Yeah, that's why I think Alex stinks.
I talked to you yesterday in Minnesota. They say you're in California road raging. And he said, I don't know. I guess they've been tapping my phones and know that I was considering running for president. Obviously, they want to know.
Oh, my God.
No one's tapping Jesse Ventura's phone.
Because he might be running for president.
God.
I think most people at this point would realize that's a joke ticket.
It's Nixon
Alex,
and the plumbers.
running for
They're
president.
tapping my phones.
That would be a joke ticket in the end.
It's Liddy. Stop.
He is so interested only in furthering his own brand, which is fine.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't mind that. Just I mean Jesse.
We got a Fort Hood guy checking in. Sam, he writes, PSYOPs is mental terrorism.
Oh, okay.
PSYOPs.
Tapping my phones and know that I was considering running for president. Obviously, they want to know they're running for president. So all of this has been happening, and then this really creepy guy, who's clearly part of this big psyop, is pushing, calling anybody they kill savages, and war is great, let's kill them all, and all this really creepy stuff. And wearing skull hats, and he's tied into all these big groups.
War is great.
He didn't even come close to saying that, Chris Kyle. And I've seen a few other interviews with this guy. He downplays all of this.
What Alex should... Yeah, Alex
He's doing the complete opposite, actually, Alex.
Hey, by the way, for a guy who's so into conspiracy and facts, how about you stop paraphrasing like a douche? How about you stop just paraphrasing?
What a dick.
That's not what he said. He didn't say on our show, war is great. He didn't.
No.
He made it very clear that it was confirmed this woman had a Chinese grenade.
Yeah.
And she was heading towards soldiers. And instead of saying he killed people, he felt like he saved his fellow soldiers.
If you listen to this without listening to the interview that we did, you would think that this guy was just some bloodthirsty fucking douchebag.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's what Alex is painting him as in order to discredit him.
Well, we'll be replaying the whole interview this weekend. It's a good...
Of course we will.
Good, nice plug. We can plug this shit. It'll be on our channel this weekend, the whole interview.
And I'll sign the copies of our script with him and send it out to anybody who wants it.
Exactly.
These are all such wonderful actors. And that's, by the way, that's how you leak it. You don't leak it on O'Reilly. You don't leak it on you leak it here from a phone call that Opie happens to see.
Right.
He didn't go, hey, look at the phones, Opie. Opie happened to look at the phone.
Perfect.
Yeah, man. I wasn't even going to bring it up. I was like, I don't know. It's probably somebody's told a million fucking times. But anyway, another point, if you're so close with Jesse Ventura and these accusations are out there, why didn't Jesse talk to you yesterday? Obviously, Alex has an answer for everything.
It's in Mexico. There's no phones.
Fair enough. Is he going to talk to him today?
Yeah.
Because now Jesse's in a tough spot, because if this did happen, he can't, publicly say it didn't.
Yeah, maybe.
So we'll see what happens today. Is Jesse going to talk today? Because this is a big one. This thing went everywhere yesterday. Everywhere. Yeah. It's not a little story.
And it's more. And what if here's my guess. What he'll say is, if it happened, he'll say that he punched me when I wasn't looking, and he'll say something about how the guy misinterpreted what he meant.
Yeah. Right.
I said, sure, guys are going to get hit. And he thought I said, I think it'll be some kind of an explanation like that.
Yeah, if this didn't happen, this is one you don't avoid. So I'm sure Alex will get Jesse on the show today. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.